Alright. Good morning, beautiful people. Here we are in Surfers Paradise, walking along the Esplanade. Just give you a little look. That's the Q1. Trump Tower was going to go just in past it, I think, but it's not going to happen now. Everybody's out. Everybody's out enjoying the morning. Today we're doing Pathways to Contentment 7. A couple of little characters with me this morning. Beach looks great, look at those waves, they look beautiful. Smooth. Wow, that's really nice. Today we're doing Pathways to Contentment 7. And just want to bring those pathways up one at a time, if anybody's in the mood. If you're not in the mood now, just watch this later. I'll put it onto YouTube and I'll put the link down below, as they say. Here's some wetsuits. Okay, first pathway. The first pathway really is a branch off from the last video I did, with that point of just taking things as they come and accepting things as they turn out. You know what I mean? And basically it is... I'm fighting two dogs here. They're trying to chase other dogs. Yeah, and that branch off that pathway is just, to be adaptable. It's relating to that previous video. Be adaptable when things change beyond our control or beyond our expectations. Be adaptable, go with it. If we can accept deviations, like the last video I've got written, we can become easier to be around. We can become people that are easier to be around. That's an added bonus. And as well as karma in our everyday lives, which leads to, you guessed it, contentment. I mean, that all makes sense, doesn't it? So that's really all I can say on that. Think of your own examples if you like, but if we can learn to let things go, accept things the way they've turned out, and often it can be for the best. Like I said before, often you can get a better result than you initially planned. Be open-minded to deviations, unexpected deviations or delays. And if we can come to terms with them, even though it's hard at the time, I'm going through a little thing now. I'm got some worry, but not as much worry as I would have if I wasn't letting this pathway take over and lead me to acceptance. It really is a great way to get rid of anxiety in our life, and like I say, it makes us nicer people to be around. Well, it would. We can automatically become an easygoing person. I mean, what's the opposite of that? It's somebody who's, a pain in the arse, never satisfied, never happy, always worried, concerned, and dissatisfied. And it's usually because of things that are happening beyond their control or beyond their expectations of what they thought was going to happen. It's a constant state of dissatisfaction. I mean, who needs it? Who wants it? Okay, so that's all. I just wanted to embellish that last pathway that I did on the last video. That was a standalone video. I said it was Pathways to Contentment 7, but it wasn't. It was just one pathway that I can think of off the top of my head that I spoke about in the video on that day. Alright, so that's a really important pathway. Just think about it. Every pathway I point out here needs contemplation, needs reflection, needs consideration. We need to... Next pathway is We need to let people finish when they're speaking or when they're expressing themselves. I think I roughly went over this somewhere along the line in the past, but I'll quickly extrapolate it a little bit more. Let people finish when they're speaking or expressing themselves. It mightn't be word, it might be physical expression. Let them and soak it in. And enjoy it. Enjoy their expressions of themselves. Otherwise, go and live on an island somewhere on your own. You know? Go and do that if you don't really want to listen to the people around you. If we don't want to listen to the people around us, if we don't value them, well, you know, take off and go and live on an island somewhere on your own is what I would say about that. We need to learn to listen. Learning to listen's, you know, it can be difficult, can't it? Because one of the reasons is because we're worried if we don't say something regularly or cut in when they've brought up a point, we might forget what we were going to say, which is valid, but it's not worth it. We're ripping them off their expression of themselves on a minute by minute, day by day, hour by hour, you know, basis. And we've got to stop doing it because we're only ripping ourselves off, really, long term. If you think about that, that's what's happening. We're ripping off our engagement and our learning from those around us. Oh, there's a beautiful little dog. Oh shit, the cover's in the road. There we go, look at that. Anyway, this video is a little wishy-washy. I've got 2 dogs, people everywhere, wind. Alright, so we've got to learn to let people express themselves fully in a conversation. Too many of us, myself included, are not letting them do that, and it's pointless. You know, so anyway, what was I going to say? Let's just try to build. It's a skill that needs to be made aware of, as I'm doing, and then all we need to do is try and engage, all we need to do, I'll try and bring this camera up, all we need to do is try and work on that skill. In life, we should be developing skills as much as we can, shouldn't we? To make our own lives more interesting. So that's what I would say about that. I feel a bit queer doing this. This is the first time I've done it in public. So, but all those other people that do these things do it in public, don't they? Often. So just got to learn to get on with it. And it's enjoyable learning new skills, okay? So once we take notice, when you're learning to listen more, it's a wonderful thing. It's like, oh, wow, this is cool. I'm actually listening to this person speak. And I mean, if you don't enjoy that person that much, don't hang around them if you don't want to listen to what they've got to say regularly. Easily fixed. But if you do like them and appreciate them, you've got to learn to listen to them more. And then when we do, we don't have to come back with an answer or an opinion, really, do we? Often people just want to be heard. They're not looking for an answer or an opinion, necessarily. They'll let you know if they are. So that's another little skill we can work on. Most of us just want an ear. We just want to feel heard. We want to feel like we can express what's going on with us that day or in our lives in general to somebody else. That's all it boils down to. Nothing else. So we don't have to take it all too seriously. You know, we can just listen. And I'll tell you what, when you've spent a fair bit of time, like I have, in solitude, in solitary jobs, etc., you really learn to appreciate just the company of somebody else. You don't have to be solving world problems, it's just enjoying somebody's company. But to really do that, we need to learn to listen and let them know we're listening. Alright? Next pathway. Oh dear. Next pathway, related to the previous one really, is let's embrace each other for where we are in life. You know? We're all at different stages in life, different age groups, different learning stages, and that's a beautiful thing. If we're wise enough to realise that and acknowledge it and enjoy maybe seeing somebody where we were, or seeing somebody where we want to be. But we're only going to truly pick up on that, if we are really listening and observing them. I mean, haven't we had enough of ourselves? Don't we want to, get lost in somebody else and their life and their personality? I mean, wouldn't that be cool? Isn't that amazing if we can build on those skills and escape ourselves for a while? It's nice to have a break from ourselves, isn't it? And to do that, we've truly got to listen to others. And in doing that, we're gaining contentment and peace, because we're having a little rest from our own little noggins and we're escaping into somebody else. And we're probably learning a lot from those people that are going to, one way or another, solve problems in our own life without us even realising it at the time. Problems that haven't even happened yet. I mean, I know this is all a very philosophical way to look at things, but I think we've got to have concepts like this to help us get a deeper sense of engagement with others. It's been hard for me. I've got this little boy dog and my girl dog, and the little boy dog's annoying her, so it's hard to go walking. That's why I've decided to have a little sit down, and I've got her on a longer lead. He's just a little bit irritating with that crap. So that's that pathway. Okay. Next pathway is we've got to respect, honour and look after our family and friends over anyone else. I can't remember if I've pointed this pathway out or not. It's certainly a thought I've had. We've got to do that. Yeah, I have actually, so I might skip it. But we've got to do that over strangers. Too many of us, too many people I've known and met are trying to impress others over me. They're taking me for granted. And I'm not going to put up with that. I'm disengaging from people who are taking me for granted. I can enjoy my own company, or I can go and find other people to talk to and engage with. I don't need to engage with you, and certainly not if you're taking me for granted. So just a reminder to respect and honour and treat like gold our family and friends if we want them in our lives. And if you don't, we'll let them go. But if you want them in your lives and you value them, you've got to guard them and treasure them and treat them like they should be treated, and don't take them for granted. That's going to lead you to, it's going to help with contentment, because we've got our values straight, we've got our morals straight, we've got our priorities straight. I mean, it all starts with family and friends, in my opinion, or it should. All right, I'll skip any more. I won't elaborate any more on that, because I think I have mentioned it in another episode. Just getting a little here on videos, and she's gorgeous. Oh my God. She's like a little mini husky or something.
She is, yeah, she's a Spitz.
A Spitz, that's a brand, is it? Okay.
Yeah, she's a Japanese Spitz, so like a big Pomeranian little husky.
Oh yes, I can see the Pomeranian. I have so much trouble saying that word.
It's a tough word.
She's really beautiful. And that white, that pure white, like the driven snow,
She likes a little poodle.
Yeah. It's nice down here this time of the day. Okay, next pathway. I'm going to get up and start walking again. I just had to have a break for this little dog who's annoying my little dog. Okay, next pathway. Pathway for contentment. Remember, this is all about pathways / ideas for contentment in our life. Peace and contentment in our lives. So the next pathway is, how good is it to be the age we are, with life's experience behind us? Hey, get off her. Stop it. See what I mean? With life's experiences behind us, well, a lot of life's experiences behind us, how good is it to be the age we are? Let's enjoy our wisdom over our youth. Damn it all to hell. Come on. Let's enjoy our wisdom over our youth. I mean, it's an example of seeing the bright side. Whoops. Seeing the bright side of the coin, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, I'd take the age I am now with the stuff I know and the insight I have over when I was in my 20s, wasting my days doing crap. I mean, I'd enjoy that probably for a week, but then I would rather come back to where I am now and have the quality of life I have now and the quality of mind I have now. Just having a little perv. So, you know, let's enjoy that, and let's. I mean, it's an example of seeing the bright side of the coin, like I just said. Very important to do that. Too often we get sucked into negative thinking about you name it. Whoops! Come on, good boy. He's a little confused because he doesn't get out very often. But I got her on a longer lead and him on a shorter one. I think that's the solution to the problem. Puppy dog. So yeah, that's that. I can't say any more about that, or can't think to. Come on. You can do your own elaborations on that, but it's true, isn't it? So long as we're looking after ourselves physically, that's something I'm going to end on. Hey, what are you doing, naughty girl? Jesus Christ, just stop for a little piss on the pavers. Why would she do that? Yeah, you can elaborate on that. Okay? You know what I'm saying. Okay, next pathway, and this is a big one. Just like this. Whatever it is. In Australia, I suppose it's a surfboard. Is it supposed to be a surfboard thing? I suppose it is, I don't know. In Australia, we have some queer, I don't know, things, statues and that, signs you can't read that are on the highways, and just weird things that, I don't know, it gives me the shits. I'd just rather go back to good old-fashioned statues and artwork and stuff that makes sense, that we can all enjoy, instead of queer shit that we all pay for, obviously. Well, I assume I mean to say. Anyway. Get out of it. I won't be doing this again, especially with this dog. 2 dogs is alright, but when you've got a dog like this, who's a lovely little boy, but Jesus Christ, he's a bit of a pain. Here we are. My mate Tony lives down there somewhere, one of those, and that's where Trump Tower was, where that peninsula building is. I think it was there, and that might be the Q1, whereas this is not the Q1 that I said earlier it was. Okay, next pathway is, and I'm going to say it blatantly, blankly, straightforward, simple, and that is frugality, or learning frugality. So important when it comes to our contentment in life, especially as we're getting older. Sorry, I had the camera nearly up my nose. Especially as we're getting older, frugality, really important. But it's easier said than done when we live in a consumer culture and country. Little French bulldogs wanting to go us. So, it's something that we all really need to focus in on, and hard and fast. It's something, gorgeous little babies. It's something I've zeroed in on over the last 2 or 3 years. Go over here, I think, get a bit of peace and quiet over here, away from the traffic. It's something I've focused in on. I had a reflection on the screen then, and I thought my head was higher than it actually was. Something I focused in on really abruptly and quickly. My younger brother has bought us in general that he's doing, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, he's doing it, you know, I might as well start doing it. It's funny, isn't it? He's done a lot of things that has made me think, oh yeah, I should give that a go, like scuba diving. He's pretty cool, actually. I'm glad to have him as a little brother. I'm glad to have all my brothers. Come on. Really, because we learn from each other if we're smart, you know? And we can be inspired by each other. Family, friends, whatever. So that's it. I mean, that's what I was going to say about frugality. I tell you what, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it because if we can zone in and focus in and really get to the bottom of how to become more, you know, frugal, watching the money we spend, it frees up, it helps free up our lives, because suddenly the money that wasn't there, suddenly the money that didn't used to be there is there now, because we haven't spent it on crap. So it's still sitting there for us to use. And that's a beautiful thing. And that definitely alleviates stress. I really believe that financial problems are one of the main top 3 causes of stress in life. When you think about all the avenues that financial problems can create for us, if we can help solve that problem through frugality, I mean, how cool is that? So, and when you think about it, becoming frugal doesn't require us doing anything more. It's actually the opposite of that. It requires us doing less. Well, doing less crap. What do they say? The good things in life are free. And I agree with that. So let's turn our attention to things that are free. Bushwalking, reading books, learning how to play an instrument, any sort of hobby you could think of, painting, drawing, you name it. Get on YouTube, they can give you 1,001 ideas of hobbies to take on that are free. I think too many of us look at spending money as ways of entertainment. Shops. I mean, I went to Robina Shopping Centre a little while ago and I couldn't believe how many characters. I couldn't get a park, and there was car parks everywhere, but I was lucky to get a car park. And I went in there and there's all these people walking around these shops that are non-essential shops. They're just clothes shops and whatever, with bags full of stuff. And I'm like, wow, you guys don't need to be buying this stuff, really. Or do you really need to be buying this stuff? And if we're doing that all the time, well, you know, there goes our money. And we're putting constant pressure on ourselves to keep working because we need more money. You know? So give that some thought. I think it's an important pathway to contentment, is learning frugality. How many of us are conscious of the money we're spending on the things we're spending them on? Only we as individuals can justify what we're spending our money on. It's not for me to say, but I'm telling you, if you can try and bring it into your mind, into your everyday life, the concept of, do I really need to be buying that or eating out, you know? Do I really need to be doing that? I mean, I'm off, what I've done is I'm off alcohol, pretty much. Had a few beers last night with Mum because she's going away, so I was socialising, that's fine. And the beers I had before that were, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm off cigarettes. I don't have any caffeine, so I don't have any drugs in my system. My point is, I'm not spending any money unnecessarily on drugs and alcohol. I've also reined in eating out. We ate out last night, but that was, I probably might do it once a week now. Maybe once every 2 weeks. So it would be probably at least once a week when you consider McDonald's or whatever it might be. So if we can rein in alcohol consumption, cigarettes, dope if you're a dope smoker, eating out, and also cutting back on the groceries. I've found after getting off beer, I'm not hungry. I'm not as hungry as I used to be, so I'm saving on groceries. So I've worked out no alcohol, no cigarettes, cutting right back on eating out, and buying less groceries because of that. I'm up about $400 or $500 a week by simply not spending money on unnecessary things. That's $2,000 a month. I mean, you could go another step and you could try and rule out your accommodation expenses, which would mean, you know, in some cases living in your car, which I'm about to do. I'm about to move into my car. So there's another couple of $100 a week. So I'm going to be up $700 a week simply by living in my car, not eating out, not drinking, not smoking, and just buying the groceries that I really need with a little treat here and there sometimes. I'm overweight. I don't need to keep eating. I need to stop eating. Okay, so that's that pathway. Have a good think about it. It's right up there with pathways and concepts on how to gain or get contentment in life. Because if we can help ease the financial leak every week that keeps us all to the nose to the grindstone, if we can help block that up in some way, it's going to be a massive alleviation on our worries and our anxieties. All right. Okay, next pathway. This is the next pathway, and it's the last one, because this has been, we're going on half an hour, not too long, but I'll keep them a little bit shorter. I think they're easier to download. So next pathway and last one for today is, as we're getting older, and I mean, even people in their 20s should be doing this, but certainly by the time you get to my age, we should be stretching and doing some forms of light exercise. I'm doing it. Just here and there. I'm not taking it. I'm not going too hard. As I get older, I'll probably have to go harder, but I'll tell you what, the stretching that I've done has been wonderful, and if you don't know how to go about it, just YouTube it. I might do a video on stretching sometime on what I do, but just YouTube it. The best stretches you can start with are stretches for all of your back and your hamstrings and your calves, I think. So just YouTube that and do it. Try and do it early in the morning or in the morning in nature with no caffeine in your system, because if you've got caffeine in your system, I think you're going to be less likely to relax and enjoy the stretch, because stretching requires you to be in a relaxed, half asleep even mood, you know. So try and go caffeine free. Try and do it first thing in the morning and follow the YouTube video, and maybe put some music on, or even have a little video playing on your phone if you want to watch something while you're stretching, or music, whatever. I have Piers Morgan on often, just listening to, you know, political conversations and stuff. So yeah, YouTube's the best place to go for ideas on how to stretch, and also exercising. Again, some exercises that you can strengthen your back would be good, because that's going to support the back stretching. And if we can make our back, because we don't use our back muscles very often, making our back a little bit stronger is going to improve our posture. Posture is really important. I'll mention that in another pathway. But if we can improve our posture, what I'm finding is it's taking a lot of stress out of my body, because I'm standing upright a lot more these days because of my own concepts. My shoulders, everything's falling down with gravity as it should, simply because I'm standing upright, kind of like a soldier does. So naturally, it allows everything to naturally relax in its proper position, I assume. Okay, and I might even do a video on my ideas on that. Wonderful. Get out of it. Ugh. Alright, well that's it. I'll start wandering back the other way and take in some of this vibe. It's really nice. I've just packed that up, I think. So it's nice here. There's an Australian shepherd. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day. I hope that was, hope everybody got a little bit of something out of that. It's food for thought, that's all. What good is, really, what good is Facebook, for example, Facebook, get out of it if we don't share our ideas and thoughts that might help each other, whether it be my cooking videos or my little thoughts on this stuff. I mean, why the hell not? You know what I mean? What are you doing? Come on, why not? I know it might seem a little strange, but I don't know, at my age it's like, well, why the fuck not, you know? I mean, we have the ability to do it, don't we? And I believe the stuff I do is helpful to, at least one person, for God's sake. That's a lifesaver tribute. You see, this is the sort of stuff I like. And it's a tribute to a man who probably saved, many lives in the water. And it's a wonderful statue. That's the sort of stuff I like. It's sort of hidden here in amongst the plants, but anyway. Alright guys, I love you all very much, and if anybody listened, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm off to have a wonderful day. What are you doing? I'm off to have a wonderful day, and it's a Saturday today, so we'll just see how it unfolds. Okay, see you later. Bye. Oh, hang on, I've got to do my little sign off, which is